was so special that day because all the attention was for the kids. And today, all over the world, especially in Israel, they have a rally for the kids. And today, I know that in Israel there is a gathering for children. There are about 250,000 children.
Baruch Hashem.
In Yerushalayim, get together because of Lag BaOmer. All together.
Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's place?
No, Yerushalayim. Beside the fact that in Meron, in Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's place, there are, in these days, I know from the last year report, it was about 500,000 to 600,000 people they got. In Rashbi, and they say that after the Kotel is the second place that they have the most visitors throughout the year. Anytime that you go to Rashbi, it's full of people. Wow. It's amazing, Kotel,
for 500 people.
It's crazy, the mountain is full. The
whole, the entrance of the gate of the city is already packed.
I personally, I was
it's claustrophobic.
I never had this to go there in Lag BaOmer. I was there every time that I go to Israel, I go to Meron. It never happened in Lag BaOmer. I know that there are 500,000 people in one place in one day. It's unbelievable, and it must be very. Some people they get there with helicopters. It must be very, very. If you think, you see that after the Kotel, I don't know how many people visit the Kotel throughout the year. Probably, over 1 million people throughout the year. But they're saying that after the Kotel is the second place. Not even the Hebron, Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, or any other place in Israel. So you have to understand that is Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's power is so great that people they feel so connected and so so attached to him that they go there. They go there and they go again and again and again and it's never enough. And so today, especially in Israel, is very very special day because also since we cannot take a haircut throughout this days of the Omer, so people take their children that they reach the age of 3 years old, their boys, to Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, and they give them haircut today. All the children that are 3 years old, so there are many parents with their kids 3 years old, and they're giving haircut to their kids. So it's like a lot of birthday party happening tonight and tomorrow, B'ezras Hashem in Meron. But what was so special about Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai? Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is the one that basically he give his life for Jews and for Torah, and we know that he was living in a very difficult time in Jewish history when the Romans they were ruling in Israel, and they didn't like the Jews to keep Torah mitzvot, but he didn't care. He went all the way against, and he rebelled, and to the extent that they wanted to kill him because they knew that he's the leader of the Jewish people. And he had to run away and to hide himself in a cave in Meron, in Tzfat, in the north of Israel, together with his son. And he was hiding himself for 13 years.
Dude, Mandy.
Yes.
You just took the whole thing. That's serious, man.
He was hiding himself for 13 years in a cave. And they were together with his son, Rabbi Elazar.
Yeah.
They were learning cave. Imagine 13 years to be in a cave. And what was their food? They had a carrot tree in that cave. That was their food. And in miraculous way, Hashem provided for them a spring of water. In the so the food was that carrot tree, and the water was that miraculous spring that they had in the cave. And this were this only thing that they had, and they was there and they're learning and praying for 13 years. After 13 years, they came out from the cave because Eliyahu Navi passed by the cave and said, "That's it. The decree is over. The king of Rome is died. He can come out from the cave." And he came out. And the first thing that Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai wanted to do is he wanted to know how we can help the Jewish people. So he asked people, "How can I help? What needs to be done?" And so right away he took upon himself a mission to help Jewish people. And the Gemara says get involved in creating kind of a shortcut for the Jews in the city of Tiberia to bypass the mountain, not to go through the mountain, because it was the road to the city had to go through certain cemetery, and with the Kohanim they couldn't pass through cemetery, so he had to create a shortcut. He, with his Ruach Kodesh, he was able to work very hard to create that shortcut. So, and so we see over here that the great love that he had for the Jews. The first thing that he did before he went home, he just wanted to do something for the Jewish people. And it's many beautiful stories about Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, but we know that Rabbi Akiva was the teacher of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. He has over 24,000 students, but they unfortunately passed away during this time, the Omer, because they didn't. It was said that they didn't have enough respect and love for each other. But one of the students that they leave and didn't pass away was Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. And Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is the one that basically is. Rabbi Akiva said about him that only me and your Creator know your power. Wow! You are so great that nobody know who is really Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. There's many stories of miracles about Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, but all the other tzaddikim, they had to make miracles through power of prayers, which they need to work very hard to pray and to beg Hashem to make miracles. But Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai was at such a high level that didn't need to pray even to Hashem. He just will say some deep Torah. He revealed a new novelty in the Torah, and with that revelation, he will perform a miracle. Like there was a time that there was no rain in Israel. They come to Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, and they thought that they need rain. So he said discourse, Kabbalistic discourse on the pasuk in Tehillim, in the mat of Umanayim shevet achim gam yachad, which means how is good and great and pleasant is when the Jews they are united and together. He say just Dvar Torah, and with this beautiful, deep Kabbalistic Dvar Torah, rain came, blessing came for the Jewish people. And another time was it's many stories. The time that the student of one of the students of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, he left Israel, and he makes some trip, and during this trip he makes some business trade, and he was very successful, and he came back to Eretz Yisrael with a lot of money. So the student in Eretz Yisrael, the other student of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, they were kind of jealous because they were very poor, and they see this guy is suddenly become very rich. And so Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai knew it, and he felt it, and he took all of them to a certain valley in the north of Israel, in Meron, in Tzfat, and he says, valley, get filled with golden coins. And suddenly that valley becomes filled with golden coins. Wow! And he said to all the students, take whatever you want. Take whatever is desired. Take as much as you want. But remember, whatever you take from here is going to be deducted from your account in the world to come. So nobody touch anything. And then since nobody take anything, so Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai asked that everything needs to go back to heaven. And this was an even biggest miracle than the first miracle, because that from the heaven they give, but they don't take back. Usually when they give, they give. You know, something from nothing can turn to something, but something from something you cannot turn to nothing. You know, so. But the most unique thing about Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is that he says that we are the Jews. We are is the three things that are connected to each other. It's God, the Torah, and the Jewish nation. And these three things is like a that tied together. Is like a circle. And from every side that you look at it, they are tied together. The Jews connected to the Torah, and through the Torah to Hashem. But the Jews can be connected to Hashem even without the Torah. You know, it's like a circle. It's like a circle. How? Because the essence of the Jews is part of God, and even the Jew that doesn't keep Torah mitzvot is connected to God regardless. Wow, this is amazing. So, you know, they are connected, and he says something amazing. So that these three things, God, Torah, and Jews, they have two dimensions: external and eternal. And what's the external dimension of God?
Right.
Is the nature. Elokim. Shem Elokim. The numerical value of Elokim is the Teva. Bereshit bara Elokim. The nature connected to Shem Elokim. So the nature is godliness, is God. Yeah, this is the external dimension of Hashem. What's the external dimension of the Torah? Is the revealed part of the Torah, is the Nigla. Is the halacha, is the Gemara, is all the laws of the Torah, all the the simple meaning of the Torah.
Enough.
And what the external dimension of the Jews is the revealed powers of their neshama, is the intellect, their emotion. So he said these three things are connected together. The revealed part of the neshama of the Jews, with their intellect and emotion, is connected to the revealed part of the Torah, and that is connected to the revealed part of Hashem, which is the way that God running the nature. Then the inner dimension of these three things, they are also connected to each other. The inner dimension of the Jews is the essence of the Jews and the neshama of the Jews. When the Jew go out of his intellect and out of his midot and serve Hashem with Mesir Nefesh, with the true faith, with the true Kabbalat all, accepting God, his obedience, accepting Hashem's yoke, the heavenly yoke. So he serve Hashem with his essence, and then when Jews serve Hashem with the essence of his soul, with the most deepest part of his soul, he get connected to the essence of God. He bring miracles. But really, the best way to get connected to the essence of God is through the essence of the Torah. What is the essence of the Torah? Is the neshama of the Torah. The Torah is the body and the soul, like anything else in this world. The body of the Torah is the do and don't and all the nigla, the revealed part of the Torah. But the essence of the Torah is the Chassidut, is the Kabbalah, is the Torah of the Rashbi. And when a Jew connects himself to the essence of the Torah, which is the fire of the Torah, that's why we light the fire, then he connects himself to the essence of Hashem. And this was basically the level of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, that the Rabbi explained that Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai said that I'm connected with the one. I'm attached to the one. Bechat katira it katarna. This is what he says.
One in which means
that, the word katira would mean connected.
Keter also, yeah?
No, is from kuf tet. Keter is mean kesher.
It's like ketura.
Yeah, like tura, like ketoret. So we know that in the Better English we have the two main avodat. We have the korbanot, the sacrifices, and we have the ketoret. The korbanot was done on the outer mizbeach.
Right.
The mizbeach that was in the courtyard.
Right.
This is a korbanot. And the ketoret, the spices that were burned on the inside altar, the golden mizbeach. And the difference between these two avodah, two different.
Oh, it's gonna fall.
It's okay.
No, it's not okay.
The difference between these two avodah is that one is, in the personal level, the avodah of the korbanot is come from the word karov, to become close, to become attached. Yeah, it was done on the outside mizbeach, which is in avodah Hashem. In our personal level, is avodah serving God with the external dimension of our heart. We're serving Hashem, we love Hashem, but it's not really deep love for God. But the avodah of ketoret, the avodah of the spices that will burn on the mizbeach hapnimi, on the inside mizbeach, which is referring in our personal level to the avodah with the most deepest part of our heart. So Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai said, "Bechat katira et katan," that he was connected. It was not just. It was not close to Hashem in the level of korbanot. Korbanot is mean you're close, you're attached, you're glued to God. Rather, it was connected. It was tied with God. It was his level was the level of being one with Hashem, in the level of ketoret, like being one, really connected to Hashem. So today we can really reach that level. And especially from this day, we're getting all the bracha that we need to get connected to Hashem to that level, not just to be close to God, like avodah of korbanot, sacrifices mean karov, to become close to Hashem, rather to be close to Hashem in the level of ketoret, which means to be connected, to be one, attached to Hashem is the difference between the outer Mizbeach and the inner Mizbeach. To use not just the outer aspect of our heart, but the innermost, deepest part of our heart, to be connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to be just attached, connected, tied to Hashem.
Wow.
So, we're getting this brachot from this great day, which is a very, very, very powerful day.
Right.
So, L'chaim, the last word that Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai said before he passed away was Chaim.
Chaim.
He said, no, it isn't Chaim. He said Chaim.
Right.
He was saying a pasuk. I don't remember exactly the pasuk that says. No, I'm not sure. But he ended up with the word Chaim, life, which is, but before he said the word Chaim, he said that he asked his student and all the students to be happy in this day.
Quiet.
Because this day he really reached the level of Bechat Katira et Katan, that become connected and not just close to Hashem, become attached and connected and one with Hashem. So the schut of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai should be with us. It's written in the Gemara that you can rely always on Rabbi, always can rely, and he was living in a generation that never ever the rainbow was appearing in the heaven.
That's why we have Kesher Varevet.
This is how we play with the Chetzer Kesher, with the bone.
What does rainbow has to do with the bow, Rabbi?
Huh?
What does rainbow has to do with the bow?
Rainbow was a very, very successful businessman.
Right.
That was supporting the entire yeshivot and educational institution in England. And once he was in the private audience by the Rebbe, and he said to the Rebbe, I cannot take it anymore. I'm going through very, very financial difficulty, and I can't. So the Rebbe smiled.
No more money.
So the Rebbe smiled to him.
Yeah.
He said, the guy was like desperate, and the Rebbe smiled to him. So the Rebbe told him, imagine, you are, the Rebbe said, I'm going to speak with you in the way that you can understand as a businessman. Imagine that you're carrying a bag, very heavy bag.
Yeah, like me and yours.
Yeah. Bag of stones.
Oh, yeah.
A bag of stones, and you're like walking, whatever, you're going uphill. It's very heavy, but in this bag, you have diamonds.
Yeah, what?
Yeah,
Whoa!
Diamonds.
Yes. Precious stones. And then somebody comes to you, listen, I have another diamond over here, very precious, very expensive. Do you mind to
Put it in your bag.
You have it, you can have it, just put it in your bag. I know your bag is heavy, but do you want to take this with you too? It's yours.
Right.
So of course, you open his bag,
Put
put
it
the
in.
diamond inside and carry it. And you go up, you continue the road. It's not just stones, it's the precious stones. So they're doing the same thing with what we're doing, Every extra mitzvah that you do, every extra challenge that you have is extra diamonds that you're carrying.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
not just, So, and the Rabbi didn't need to explain you anything else. And the guy said, he understand it. And since then, he said that the guy continued to do what he was supposed to do. And any time that he met a Jew or met any challenge, he looked at that challenge, and then that Jew, like a precious stone, like a diamond. So what? I'm going to ignore him? Chas v'shalom, I'm going to take it. He added it to his bag, and he carried it with the joy, with the simcha, because Hashem gives the strength.
Right.
So B'ezras Hashem, we should be able to carry what we have to do. And every person that we meet, everyone that we can help, we have to know that it's B'ashgacha Pratit. It's B'ashgacha Pratit. We don't, the Baal Shem Tov says that everything that we hear or everything that we see is by God, divine providence. There's nothing happening just like that, accidentally. You don't see anything just like that. You don't hear anything like that. You have to see what the message. And anytime that any mitzvah comes to your hand, don't pass it to somebody else. If you're able to do it, jump on it.
Right.
Wrap it, do it, and this is your mitzvah. And especially now these days that is the last minutes, last seconds in the Galut. So every mitzvah that comes in our hand, we have to grab it, we have to do it, we have to do it with joy. Even though our Yetzirah is bothering us and confusing us, it's normal. But we have to be smarter, we have to be stronger. We have to look that every Jew is a diamond.
Right.
Every Jew is a diamond. There's a famous story that I say many times, everybody knows it. There's an old lady passed by the Rebbe, by the dollars, and she said to the Rebbe, I don't understand.
Don't say enough.
You're old. You're 90 years old.
It's going to give you a headache.
Yeah.
Right. It's the chara.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with you. It's not healthy.
Right.
Yeah? You're always healthy. The Jew should take care of his body.
Ronnie, you can tell him privately, Ronnie.
Right.
You don't need to yell at him.
Tell
Tell him privately.
So anyway, this lady passed by the Rebbe, said to the Rebbe, I don't understand, Rebbe, how you stand so many hours on your feet and and giving giving dollars to people. So the Rebbe says, when you count diamonds, you don't get tired.
Oh.
So every Jew is a diamond. Yeah. So if you look on every Jew like a diamond, and you know that his neshama is part of God, and we have a mission to help each other, so you don't get tired. You get excited. You get more energy. So this is the way that we should look on each other, and especially to look on ourselves, because many times we underestimate ourselves. If we're supposed to look on each other like as the diamonds, so we're diamonds too.
So why do you need a diamond ring?
You know what?
That's another.
This is a beautiful thing.
That's a commercial for the beers.
Hashem said,
That's why.
Hashem should give to all the Jewish husbands the understanding first, and all the resources that they need to make their wife happy and to give them whatever they need.
Amen.
Amen.
Diamonds, any, whatever.
Diamond is forever.
Valentinos.
There's a beautiful story about Shalom Bayit with Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. I say it every week, but maybe I should say it again. That one time, it was a couple that were married for 10 years, and they didn't have children. And now, according to Torah, if you marry with your wife for 10 years and you have children, according to Torah, you're allowed to, God forbid, you're allowed to separate and to marry with another lady in order to fulfill the mitzvah of
Cohabitation.
having children. So this guy, he loved his wife. They were married for 10 years, and they have children. And they go to all the rabbis, and all the rabbis says, listen, divorce your wife, marry with somebody else, and have children, because it's what the Torah says that you have to fulfill the mitzvah of Bria B'Rivia, and multiplying and having kids. So he didn't want to do that until he ended up by Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai told him, you know what? This is what the Torah says. So, if you want to divorce your wife, it's fine. But I want you to divorce your wife with a great party. To make a big party, as big as was your wedding, even more. If you marry, I don't know, in the most beautiful place, beautiful hotel, so make beautiful event, invite all your friends. They don't have to know why, but nice, beautiful anniversary, whatever, of your wedding. But then, at the end of the wedding, you have to give her a get and to divorce her. So he make a beautiful party, invite everybody, after 10 years they have children, everybody's invited, it's the most beautiful party, and the guy, the husband, he drink and say a lot of l'chaim, and that night he gets so drunk that at the end of the party he just passed out, and he called his wife, and said to his wife, wife, I truly love you, and you can take everything that you want from my house. Everything that you want, you can take it to your home. Everything that you want is belong to you. And then he fell asleep. Next morning, he wake up, he find himself in the house of his wife, of his father-in-law.
Father-in-law?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he wake up and said, what I'm doing? I was supposed to divorce you last night. At the end of the party, I was supposed to divorce you. What I'm doing in the house of your father? So she told him, you told me that I can take whatever I want to my house, whatever I want. So the only one that they really want is you. I took it, to my father's house. So he felt that, she loves him and he loves her. And they went back to Rabbi and said, listen, this is what happened. I couldn't give her a get, this is what happened. So he said, since you really, truly love each other, so you deserve to have all the brachot, and also to have the brachot of having children. Even naturally, they couldn't have children, you give them brachot to be blessed with children. Because when you're really a Jew, the Jews, they're above the nature. The connection to since we're everything that we have is in a miraculous way. The fact that we exist is miraculous.
Right. It is. Absolutely.
The fact that we're after 3,000, almost 500 years, we're still here and celebrating all these beautiful holidays. And after the Holocaust, when 6 million Jews, they were killed, it's unbelievable. we are here in the miraculous way. So, the Rashbi given bracha that they should have children, and they were blessed with having children. By the way, something very important, like Ba'omer, is a day, is a very special day for having blessing of having children.
Whoa!
Whereas the one that they're married, and they should have children, is a story, is written in the Yom Yom of tomorrow, from the Rebbe, that the Rebbe writes that the Mittel Rebbe used to go out to the field on this day with his Chassidim, and even though he was not allowed to drink mashke, Selechaim and alcohol, on this day, for some medical reason, health reason, but he will say on that day, on only that day, he will say Lechaim to his Chassidim, and he will give them brachot, and especially will give them brachot to his Chassidim of being blessed with having a children. So
also the Rabbi gave blessings.
And also the Rabbi gave bracha for having children, especially this. So this day, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is a bracha for blessing of having children. So first of all, I want to give a bracha to all the ones that are married, that they should have children and healthy children, and and should raise them in the way of Hashem. They want to raise them in the way of Torah mitzvah B'ezrat Hashem. And the ones that are not married yet, B'ezrat Hashem, should have shidduchim tovim b'gash v'ruchniut. All our whatever, family members, the community members, all the Jewish people, whatever they are, the schut of this great day of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, the schut of the Rebbe, that the Rebbe is our Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, that the Rebbe is constantly making miracles, and through the power of the Torah, the Torah of Rashbi, the Torah of Kabbalah, the Torah of Zohar, the Torah of Chassidut, and we should have all the brachot that we need, begashmit b'ruchniut, making children, not just begashmit, also b'ruchniut, doing a lot of mitzvot. And mitzvah is fruits, like to create trees that make fruits, and the fruits that make more fruits, because in the fruits you have the seeds that you planted and make more trees and more fruits. And this idea of having children is the idea of the continuity of the Jewish nation, that Am Yisrael Chai V'Kayam. So the schut of the Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and the schut of this great day, and the Rebbe that make from this day such an awesome and powerful day, should be with us. We're always so excited, and with like this fire, like the way that this fire is
hot,
warm, live, like this flame.
It's going upward.
It's going upward. Also, we should go upward always. The Torah mitzvah should be always excited, and the coldness of the galud and the confusion of the galud should chas v'shalom affect us.
Disappear.
It's a story.
Should melt.
It's finished with this theory that is the story about the shlucha in Europe, that she was sharing her thoughts with a friend, and she said to her friend that I'm so concerned about my kids. We're living in Europe and we're in shlichus, but I'm afraid that throughout the time my kids they're going to be affected from the environment, from all this goyishkeit, and even though me and my husband were so religious, so connected, but without it, with living in the Golden, living among this environment, I'm afraid for my kids that they're going to become so cold and so. God forbid, they're going to lose their excitement about Judaism. So she was sharing her thoughts with her friends, and she said to her friends, "You know what? I can give you just an example. Like, imagine that you're taking a kettle of boiling water, a kettle of boiling water, and putting it in the midst of the bucket full of ice. What will happen? It will cool off. After a while, it will cool off, and it become like ice. It become cold.
Right.
And this is how she was sharing her thoughts and her feeling about their kids. She was so worried about their kids. So somehow that conversation and that story, example, got to the Rebbe.
Wow.
And the Rebbe responds to this story. And the Rebbe said that your story, your example is right. Only when this kettle is not attached, is not connected to the fire. But if this kettle is connected, is attached to the outlet, the plug is boiling constantly,
Right.
it's not going to cool off. And not only that it's not going to cool off, it's going to warm up
Right. You're hotter.
the ice and going to melt the ice.
Oh.
Everyone to say, if you're connected to the source, if you're really connected to Torah, if you're really connected to the Rebbe, if you're connected to Rabbi Shimon Baruch of our time with our Rebbe, if the Shaliach, with every Jew is a Shaliach, is a messenger of Hashem, is connected to the Moshe Rabbeinu of our time, to the Rebbe, to Chassidut, to the Pnimut, to the essence of the Torah. You don't get cold. You don't get
Right.
the environment doesn't affect you.
Right.
Rather, you are affecting the environment. You're warming up the people, and you're bringing people close to Hashem.
Totally true.
And you can see that the shluchim, even though they're midst of the garbage of the world, unfortunately, which is their job, there's a shlichut, this is the Mr. Nefesh. And the Rebbe says that you don't worry. Don't worry about your children. They're on my shoulder. Your kids on my shoulder. I will take care of them. So actually, the world. The Rebbe said, your children, they are on my shoulder. I put, and because it's really, you know what? If you think about this, who want to put himself in such a situation? Who want to put himself in such a situation? But the Rabbi promised, and we have to do just what we have to do. And it's not just for the shluchim. Every Jew, the Rebbe says, is a shliach of Hashem. Every Jew is a shliach of Moshe Rabbeinu of our time. If you're really caring about other Jews, and you're really trying to help other Jews, not just thinking and talking and praying, like we're talking today with Ramin, but it's very important to pray about other Jews. But doing, this is what I want. Do for other Jews. Whatever you can do, action. This is what counts. And when you do that, you know what? You can be secure, even for the moment. At the moment, it's at the moment. You don't see the bracha in the revealed way that you can, God forbid, you can find yourself in a certain situation that you totally look like, it's a dark moment. But trust Hashem, continue, do what you're supposed to do it with simcha, and we see that we are doing the right thing. And Hashem is going to take care of us. Hashem is going to save us. We are connected with the source, and we are alive. We're alive. Everything else around us is just not real. The true reality is Hashem. The true reality is the Torah. The true reality is the mitzvot and Avat Yisrael, love for Hashem, love for the Torah, love for a Jew. And by being connected to all these three things, so that these three things, Torah, Hashem, and Jews, they have two dimensions, external and internal. If you go to the depth of it, if you reveal the depth of your soul, and you get connected to the depth of the Torah, which is through learning Chassidut and Kabbalah and Zohar, you get to the essence of God, and the essence of God is miracles. It's miracles above the nature. So we should be connected to the essence, through this wonderful, powerful day with Hashem. We should draw on all the brachot, and the biggest brachot that we need in our time is nothing but Mashiach. That's it. Everything has been done, all the Jews are ready. The Jews, they did more than what they're supposed to do in the Golden, they suffer more than what was supposed to suffer, and now Hashem should do His job and reveal and bring the Geulah Mitzvah Shlema.
Amen.
Because of this, I started doing it.
Never stop.
koidesh lo so so tzitz neder a koidesh kuvish aroish lo mit der Haare mit mir mit der Herzen lief nei mi auf mit der Haare mit mir mit der Herzen
Mit der Heire, sag mal, hey, ma verkudisch, burich, mit der Heire,